Calgary boy struck in a hit and run while in a crosswalk captured on CCTV.
My leg got ran over. I broke 3 bones.
Bentley's family wants the driver to turn themselves in. Snow. Tired of it yet?
We could still see these snow events into April.
Why these late winter, early spring snowfalls are more tricky. And Calgary to host Canada's first ever sumo festival.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla DiGiuseppe.
Good evening. A 12-year-old Calgary boy is recovering with a broken leg after he was struck while in a crosswalk, and the driver responsible did not stop. It was all caught on a surveillance camera. The boy's family wants the driver to turn the driver in. And a warning, some of you may find the video we're about to Tyson Fedor reports.
It's just after 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. Bentley St. John is crossing in a marked crosswalk on Taradale Drive Northeast before a white four-door van with tinted windows hits him, knocking him to the ground. The vehicle quickly brakes and then takes off.
I'm pretty mad about it.
St. John was taken to hospital with a broken leg.
When I got into the middle, I got my leg got ran over. And I broke 3 bones.
But after he was hit, 3 vehicles go around him in the crosswalk.
He almost has to crawl and roll out of there before anybody even acknowledges the fact that he was hit by a vehicle.
St. John is heard screaming and rolling away from traffic to get out of the road before 3 bystanders come in and eventually help.
Saw me got hit, and then he pulled over, got me some warm blankets so I can stay warm.
St. John's sister Jaden says she was horrified to learn that her best friend was left stranded and in pain.
I ended up breaking down in tears. My brother is my best friend. I think the part that hurt me the most was you see him physically rolling himself away in the video and just trying to get off the road, and people are going around him.
Calgary police released images of the vehicle on Thursday. Investigators are asking the public to track down the driver by looking for this white 4-door sedan. A make and model is not known. As for St. John, he is recovering at home on the couch with his blue leg cast.
I hope this doesn't happen again.
As for his family, they have a stern message for the driver.
I guarantee you hit somebody. Stop your car.
You know we're looking for you. You know the whole city's looking for you. Just show up and take accountability.
Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Calgary.
Anyone with information or dash cam footage from the area is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. A baby with influenza has died in Alberta. In the province's latest respiratory numbers, a child under the age of 1 with the flu has died. It did not state the baby's gender or where the child was located. 258 Albertans with the flu have died since mid-August, the most in any flu season in recent memory. Over 3,800 Albertans with the flu have been hospitalized, with nearly 300 in intensive care. 1 in 5 Albertans have been vaccinated. One part of the Bear Spa feeder main repair project will need more work than originally expected. Workers identified valve issues on the old line along 33rd Avenue Northwest. Work in that area was supposed to be minor and not start until next week, but it started today and will last 10 days. While city officials are praising many Calgarians for being water heroes by sharing how they're conserving water online.
These small steps are helping us get through this, and I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you who has stepped up and is helping our city deliver.
This is helping our operators at the plant treat enough water to meet your needs and is significantly reducing the risks that our community faces. Thank you.
Water use remains in the green safe zone with demand at 480 million liters yesterday. There's about 3.5 weeks left of this work in this particular phase. Calgary's mayor says NMAX should consider major changes on both the electricity side and related to water. Jeremy Farkas thinks the city-owned corporation should take over Calgary's struggling water utility. And that's not all. Jordan Canigan explains.
call it a potential power move. Calgary's mayor calling for NMAX to consider getting rid of its American assets.
I want to see NMAX continue to make the case for why we should continue to be involved in American utility.
NMAX, which is owned by the city of Calgary, closed a $1.8 billion deal to take over Versant Power in 2020. It operates electricity transmission and distribution in Maine.
I look at a lot of the rhetoric from American politicians right now. Even if Versant generates a relatively higher rate of return, I have some serious concerns just around that volatility.
Last week, NMAX declaring a $64 million dividend to go to the city, attributing part of it to money made through Versant.
We're getting revenue from residents in the United States contributing to our bottom line. It's kind of hard to say no to a gift horse like that.
Definitely, I don't see why we're involved in an American utility, so and we could probably use the money.
In a statement, NMAX says Versant is part of its long-term strategy, and there has been no discussion at the board level regarding divesting Versant. What NMAX is supportive of is exploring it taking over the city's water utility.
I think that when we look at, say, for example, NMAX's track record of success for many decades now, returning a really good quality product, quality service level, affordable compared to competitors.
A report after the 2024 water main break recommended a new governance model for water. NMAX says it welcomes the opportunity to look into it.
We need to do our due diligence because there's long-term consequences to decisions we make like that.
Jordan Canigan, CTV News, Calgary.
Well, March is living up to its reputation as Calgary's snowiest month. After getting another round, police were busy today responding to crashes as city crews worked to clear roads. Tyler Barrow has more.
Back at it, clearing snow.
It was either take the dogs out first or shovel. Dogs didn't make it past the front yard, so now I'm out shoveling.
While many are waiting for winter to end, Jim Sauve is shoveling with a smile.
It's a good workout. I don't mind it. Like, I curl, so it's good for my sweeping.
And as people look to clear their sidewalks, Emergency Health Services is reminding individuals to be careful with the heavy and wet snow by choosing an appropriate size shovel, helping avoid too heavy of a load.
Avoid any twisting motions if possible. And biggest thing is if you feel any pain whatsoever, please stop.
He also advises people to wear proper footwear to avoid slipping. The roads were in bad shape Thursday morning. This is what conditions were like west of the city on the way to the mountains. In the city, it was slow moving as Calgary Police Service responded to 100 crashes, 16 resulting in injury.
Be mindful, leave plenty of space between your vehicle in front, and leave plenty of time to get to where you need to go safely.
Crews are working to clear Priority 1 roads like Crowchild Trail, Glenmore Trail, and Memorial Drive. Once that's done, the focus will shift to snow routes and high-volume community routes. Crews know this might not be the last of their winter weather worries.
We could still see these snow events into April. It's not unusual for Calgary. The biggest challenge with winter events at this time of year is the fluctuation in temperature.
Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
And there is an avalanche warning for the Kananaskis backcountry after 50 centimeters of snow fell overnight. People are advised to avoid the region with avalanche control using explosives in the area. Danielle is in with our first look at the weather. We got that first big drop of snow and still a bit more on the way.
Yeah, except for the next rounds won't be as heavy as what we just had. What we just had anywhere from 6 to 9 centimeters throughout the city. These next rounds will be 4 centimeters or under. How about that? And then we are done with wintry weather for a big long stretch. Next week will be potentially record-breaking for heat. All right, for tomorrow, definitely some cloud cover, likely some sunny breaks, certainly still on the cold side with a wind chill of -15 in the morning and -13 in the afternoon. There will likely be a couple snowflakes sprinkled in the mix as well at times, and then the snow will intensify tomorrow night, 1 to 3 centimeters possible tomorrow night. More details.
Thank you very much, Danielle. Police are trying to identify suspects wanted in a recent stabbing in the northeast community of Cornerstone. Investigators released these pictures of a vehicle, a 2008 to 2015 Infiniti EX35. Just after 3 p.m. Sunday, a man in his 20s was found stabbed outside his home along Corner Glen Road. He had life-threatening injuries and remains in serious condition. Police are searching. Police are men in for early 20s with light complexions. One was wearing a red hoodie, the other a white or light-colored hoodie. Police believe it was a targeted. Anyone with information. Police. All police. A man is on a $43,000 spending spree with stolen bank cards. He is in his late between 5'11" and 6 feet tall with a short beard. Investigators believe he stole a man's wallet from his jacket while he was 27th near the 200 block of Barclay Parade Southwest. Several online purchases were made, and the victim received calls from people. RBC's fraud department. Investigators say that resulted in him sharing personal financial details and ultimately losing even more money.
It's hard to catch the offenders. Oftentimes the bouncing outside of, it's not happening directly in Calgary, it's bouncing through Calgary with electronic funds being transferred overseas. So the trail is too hard and very time consuming to trace. So I think what my message back to people would be, don't provide personal information, ask relevant questions, and don't be afraid to hang up that phone. You didn't phone them, they phoned you.
If you recognize this man or have any information, you are encouraged to report it. Well, get ready for more price increases as Iran targets oil facilities. Experts warn the ripple effect will be big.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
The war in the Middle East is increasing prices in Calgary. Iran's new leader is targeting oil facilities and tankers and has vowed to keep the Strait of Hormuz closed to shipping. As Alicia Fieldberg reports, that could lead to shortages in some parts of the world, impacting daily costs right here at home.
With war in the Middle East blocking a major oil shipping route, Alberta gas prices rose 8 cents in the past week and are expected to increase even more.
It looks like prices are going to start increasing in the coming couple of days.
Iran is attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz in response to attacks from the United States and Israel. Only a handful of tankers have made it through this week. Meanwhile, the International Energy Agency agreed to release 400 million barrels of oil reserves to counter surging oil prices. Canada does not keep a reserve, but is exploring other ways to help.
Canada can contribute as being a good supporter of this release. We are in active discussions with our industry about how to do that.
But a huge amount of oil is blocked, leaving many Asian markets at risk of shortage.
This 15 million barrels a day right now, and there's nothing Canada can do meaningfully to help with that.
Alberta's finance minister says just the mention of releasing oil reserves is suppressing prices.
It's no doubt a good thing. Very high, sudden prices, they may be good for Alberta's revenue in the very short term, but they aren't in the long term.
Long term, the impacted trade route is a trade changer.
The world will no longer be able to rely so much on the oil from the Middle East, and it puts even more need for Canada to step up.
He thinks options involving rail and oil additives could increase Canada's capacity in the next few years.
Working on ideas that we can implement in the near term and much quicker than a pipeline.
But expect to feel ripple effects throughout the world until the trade route through the Middle East reopens.
Potentially catastrophic if we cannot get the Strait of Hormuz open in short order. Actual shortages, if they haven't already begun, will in the very, very near future. Stop and think about everything that Asia makes and ships over to our continent.
It could mean pricier groceries, shipping, and travel. WestJet says in recent days, fuel prices have continued to rise and fares have adjusted accordingly. Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Calgary.
The courts are upholding Canmore's livability tax program. The program applies a higher tax rate to homes that are not used as primary residences by owners. It was brought in to help with the housing crisis in the mountain town, but was put on hold while an appeal worked its way through the courts. The town is anticipating legislative changes by the province that could exempt Albertans from the higher tax rate. Saskatchewan's premier is renewing calls to get more pipelines built, including the Keystone XL pipeline. Scott Moe points to high volatility and rising oil prices, saying now would be the time to go ahead with current pipeline proposals. He says by not building the Keystone XL pipeline, Saskatchewan has lost out on investment opportunities. Some Alberta landowners say they've had enough with oil and gas companies using their land and not paying for it. Today, they came together to say their agreement with one particular company, MAGA Energy, is done, and they're blocking further access. Nicole Weisberg reports.
This is their lease contract. It is no more. It's done. Turn it up.
Landowner Mark Doran says it's time for MAGA Energy and to leave this Southwest Edmonton property. He says the Calgary-based company hasn't paid to operate here for 3 years, even after he sent a notice for payment in January.
According to the lease contract, there's a clause in it that says if the lessor, the landowner, makes a demand to pay and the default isn't cured within 30 days, if they haven't paid up within 30 days, the landowner can re-enter on the land, and that tenancy of that lease shall terminate. And it did. And I received no reply.
Doran says by law, MAGA can continue to access the site to decommission it, but it cannot continue to operate. He says last week he notified the Alberta Energy Regulator. The company has not complied, but he hasn't heard back.
My message to the regulator, do your damn job. And I also want to say politely to MAGA Energy, pay your bills, shut down your wells, and clean up your mess, and get the hell off the land.
The regulator tells CTV News it cannot comment on individual cases. However, it says if the AER determines a company has failed to comply with a term or condition of a private surface agreement, it may issue an order to comply. The energy minister says the landowners involved are guaranteed to get paid their rents until the wells are fully reclaimed, and says they should apply to the land tribunal.
It creates a situation where companies won't pay. They feel like they don't have to pay.
Doran believes it's the companies that should be paying. He is calling on other landowners in the same position to follow his lead. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
MAGA Energy has not returned our request for comment. Well, Danielle's up next with her Skywatch forecast. And before we have a warm-up later next week, it still gets a little more chillier and a bit snowier.
All right, to sum up the forecast for you, this last round of snow in the city, unofficial numbers, anywhere from 6 to 9 centimeters of snow around Calgary. We're looking at more snow in our forecast, in fact, on and off right through until the end of Saturday, but these next waves will be less significant. Okay. It's also cooler than normal. Normal daytime high for this time of year is +4. Today's high in the city was -2, and that was at the midnight hour, and then temperatures cooled throughout the day rather than warmed. Lethbridge got up to a high of 4 today, 5 in Milk River and Pincher Creek, so you can see certainly that warmer pocket in the south end of the province. We're going to be below freezing, especially in the city, for the rest of this week. And then by next week, we may even get into record-breaking heat. I'll show you that in just a moment here. We have a good feed of moisture. As you can see, lots going on to the southwest of us. So on and off flurries are certainly possible. Now, throughout the day tomorrow, and even overnight tonight, throughout the day tomorrow, we are looking at these on and off pockets of flurries happening, but we'll likely also see some sunshine at times as well. So tomorrow will not be as intense as what we had today. And then later in the day, closer to about 8, 9 p.m., that's when we'll get some more snowfall, not as significant as the last round, but 1 to 3 centimeters certainly possible on Friday night in the city. You can see it also down Highway 2 towards Lethbridge. All right, as I fast forward this, on Saturday we're going to get a push of snow from the south. So the closer you are to the U.S. border, snowfall amounts you will see on Saturday. I'll give you an indication here. So this is a look at snowfall totals from now right through until Saturday night. About another 7 centimeters in Calgary, 1 to 3 Friday night, and then another 2 to 4 on Saturday. But further south, Pincher Creek, Milk River, you can see closer to that 20 centimeter mark, certainly possible, especially with the bulk of that being on Saturday from that push of snow from the States. All right, longer range forecast for the city, -6 tomorrow as our daytime high. A few flurries possible, some sunny breaks likely, and then later in the day, especially in the evening hours, we get into a little more consistent snowfall. 1 to 3 centimeters is certainly likely. And then another 2 to 4 centimeters on Saturday with a high of -10. -10 will be the coldest day of the next 10. In fact, when you check out the 10-day trend for next week, it is quite possible that by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we will get close to or even to the 20-degree mark, which would be record-breaking.
All right, Danielle, thank you. Stampede Park has hosted many Stampede wrestling events. Now it's about to host a different kind of wrestling. Meet some international sumo stars coming up. Sumo wrestling is thousands of years old and is a national sport. Now 4 world-class sumo athletes are hosting an exhibition at the Nutrien Western Events Center as part of Sumo 6. Kevin Fleming reports.
He loves martial arts and got started in judo when he was young. Now Egyptian-born Rami, a sumo wrestler.
In 2013, they asked me if I want to compete in international competitions. So I go to compete. I get first place in this competition and gold medal, and I get the best player in this competition too for first time.
The 40-year-old now lives in the U.S. and competes in hundreds of events all over the world.
I feel like you don't need to be really big to fight in sumo. You can win if you have the technique, if you have the balance, if you have the speed.
And make no mistake, even though these men are big, weighing in at around 250 kilograms and over 190 centimeters tall, they're quick and powerful.
今までいろんな経験がある中で、今回初めてカナダっていう地で相撲っていうやるのですごく楽しみです。
So I've shown sumo all over the world. It's been great, and I'm so happy to be here for the first time promoting it in Canada.
Hiroki is one of the heaviest wrestlers in the world and says he stays that way by eating a lot and ice cream every day.
みんな体でかいんで、怪我しないように頑張ります。
Everyone's really big, and so I just want to be careful so I don't get injured when I'm fighting.
Sumo Fest 2026 is produced in partnership with the Calgary Japanese Community Association. Susan Matsumoto grew up watching the sport with her dad, and is excited to see this.
It's a sumo demonstration, not a tournament, and we want an immersive experience. So we're place that features food vendors, marketplace for sale, and we'll also have some Japanese cultural events as culturals.
Organizers are hopeful to take Sumo Fest all across Canada. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
The event takes place tomorrow and Saturday. All right, that's it for us here at CTV News at 11:30. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Good night.